The verb, have, in different tenses. Have equals have, has, had, having. 1. Present simple. Have, has. I have. He has. You have. I do not have equals I don't have. He does not have equals he doesn't have. Do you have? What do you have? Does he have? What does he have? I have a bath every evening. I don't have time to have a rest during the day, so in the evening I am usually very tired. Do you have a shower in the morning? What do you have for breakfast? She has a break after working for 10 hours. She doesn't have a holiday in the summer, that is her main season. Does he usually have a nap in the afternoon? At which hairdressers does she usually have a haircut? 2. Past simple. Had. I had, is a main verb here, so you mustn't use it in contraction. He had. You had. Did not have equals didn't have. Did you have? What did you have? Did he have? What did he have? Attention. The structure, had better, best do, that means, be wise or obliged to do, or, should or must do, is used in present and future. I had on my favorite clothes at the party. Have on, wear. He didn't have a meeting on for Friday, so he had some free time. Have on, be scheduled. Did the teacher have a mind to punish the laziest students? Well, she finally didn't. Have a mind to, be inclined to do. What did you have in mind when you asked me to go with you to the beach? You know I hate sunshine and beaches. He had better do what he is told. 3. Future simple. Will have. I will have equals I'll have. He will have equals he'll have. You will have equals you'll have. I will not have equals I won't have. Will you have? What will you have? Will he have? What will he have? I'll have some time tomorrow so we can go for a ride if you like. You won't have anything to do with the menu on your birthday. Will you have a shock if I tell you that your favorite chair has been sold? What will he have if his mum doesn't cook for him? 4. Present continuous. Am, is, a having. I am having equals I'm having. I am not having equals I'm not having. Am I having? What am I having? He is having equals he's having. He is not having equals he isn't having. Is he having? What is he having? You are having equals you're having. You are not having equals you aren't having. Are you having? What are you having? I'm having a bath so I can't answer the phone. He's having his car mended so he can't drive us to the station tomorrow. We can't help you now, we're having a talk. As I can hear, they aren't having a party. They're having a bad row. I'm not having an argument with you guys. I'm telling you what to do. He isn't having walks this week because of his broken leg. You aren't having a coffee now, I hope. No, I'm reading my textbooks. Am I having your coffee? Sorry, I thought it was my cup. Is she having lunch now? Okay, I'll phone her later. Are you having a sandwich in the kitchen while your guests are having fine cakes in the living room? Why are the boys having a fight in the yard? What time are you having a lecture tomorrow? Where is he having a walk in this rainy weather? Why I am having a dispute with you when I could go out? 5. Be going to with infinitive. Am, is, are going to have. I am going to have. I am not going to have. He is going to have equals he's going to have. He is not going to have equals he isn't going to have. They are going to have equals they're going to have. They are not going to have equals they aren't going to have. Are you going to have? What are you going to have? Is he going to have? What is he going to have? Going to have equals, gonna have. I'm going to have a break when I finish this work. We're going to have fun at the party. He's going to have a run every day for a month after Xmas holiday. I'm not going to have a haircut till I live here. He isn't going to have holiday this summer because he has to save a lot of money. They aren't going to have a rest because they want to prepare everything for tomorrow's meeting today. Are you going to have a shower before going to the swimming pool? Why? Is she going to have a decision about invitations to the wedding party till the weekend? Why are you going to have a day off this week and not next week? Where is he going to have a haircut? His favorite hairdresser isn't working this summer. Past continuous. Was, were having. I was having. He was having. They were having. I wasn't having. He wasn't having. They weren't having. Was he having? What was he having? Were they having? What were they having? I was having a meal when the office called me. He was having a lesson at 5 p.m. yesterday. They were having a dance all night long last night, so they're having a break today. I wasn't having a game while I was having a chat with you on the phone. He wasn't having a swim when he swallowed his bubble gum. We weren't having run on the road when the accident happened. Were you having a walk last night on the main street? Couldn't I see you? Was he having a jog when he lost his watch? Where were you having a walk last night between 10 and 11? Why was he having a quarrel with his boss on Monday morning before all the office? Future continuous. Will be having. I will be having equals I'll be having. He will be having equals he'll be having. They will be having equals they'll be having. I will not be having equals I won't be having. He will not be having equals he won't be having. They will not be having equals they won't be having. Will he be having? What will he be having? Polite question. I'll be having a talk with the president this afternoon after the meeting. He'll be having a conversation with his parents during dinner about his marks at school. I won't be having a drill while they're enjoying a break on the beach. He won't be having a holiday if he hasn't finished his job yet. Will you be having a shower right after arriving home from running? I don't want to smell your odor while having dinner. Will he be having a day off sometime next week? He'll have to help us to mend the roof. When will you be having a lecture on grammar? I don't want to disturb you with my call. What time will he be having a nap? I'll come around after that. Present perfect. Have, has had. I have had equals I've had. He has had equals he's had. They have had equals they've had. I have not had equals I haven't had. He has not had equals he hasn't had. They have not had equals they haven't had. Have you had? What have you had? Has he had? What has he had? I've had a bath today, so I don't want to be wet again. He's had an argument with his girlfriend and that's why he wants to come with us to the party. We've had a rest so we can go on working now. I haven't had a run for so long that I don't know if I can make 10 kms without a stop. He hasn't had holiday since he started to work here 3 months ago. They haven't had a meal since this morning, so I think they should have a break now. Have you had a think about the plan? We must know your answer. Has he had a stretch after workout? He mustn't go to have a shower without having had a stretch. Where have you had a talk with my boss? He knows all the details about my plans. Why has he had a shave? I wanted to take a photo about his beard. Past perfect. Had had. I had had equals I'd had. He had had equals he'd had. I had not had equals I hadn't had. He had not had equals he hadn't had. Had you had? What had you had? I'd had a quarrel with my boss before he fired me. After he'd had a long walk, we could have a calm talk. I hadn't had a meal before I started work, so, by now I'm very hungry. He hadn't had a swim for years when he joined the swimming team. Had you had a headache before you started work today? Had he had PC lessons when he started using the new computer? Where had you had competitions by 2020? Why had he had a jog before he went to the doctor's? His blood pressure was very high. Future perfect. Will have had. I will have had equals I'll have had. He will have had equals he'll have had. I will not have had equals I won't have had. He will not have had equals he won't have had. Will you have had? What will you have had? I'll have had a fight with the dogs in the yard for an hour when you'll arrive to help me. He'll have had a nap when he'll go on with his writing task. I won't have had all the lessons when I'll start to teach it. Will he have had a meal before you'll start building the wall? How long will we have had his car next year? You know, I want to sell mine, and maybe he would buy it.